On this contract, so today we'll go for next one. It is scheduling agreement. Second one, so scheduling agreement. It is an agreement where quantity divided into different schedules, schedule lines, and delivery will be created based on schedule lines. So normally what will happen now in scheduling agreement, where we are going to create the agreement as per the PO as per the different schedule lines. So for example, let's take an example, this one only. Iga 500 quantity I want alla. So what I will do, I'll give the schedule lines. Example like on 15th 15/1/2025 he will deliver me 200 quantity. By 25/1/2025 200 quantity, and by 5th of February 100 quantity. So this is, we call it as schedule lines. Date will be there, but the thing is that we are going to do as per the schedule. Okay, so this is, we call it as schedule lines. We are going to execute as per that. That is the main difference. Now coming to the creation here, you have to go to SAP Easy Access. Logistics, here purchasing, outline agreement, scheduling agreement, create ME31L. So double click on this. So vendor, agreement type is LP, scheduling agreement, and then purchase nation, material group, enter. So validity end date, I'll take it as 31/1/2025. Target value is 5 lakh. So material target quantity 500 each and 1000 price. Okay, save the agreement here. So my agreement is saved, 55000175 Now I have to define the schedule lines alla. So you have to create schedule, delivery schedule here, delivery schedule ME38 maintain. So double click on this item. Okay, so here you have to take day format D. So delivery date is 15/1/2025, quantity 150, and 25/1/2025 150, D 31/1/2025. Let's take 200 like this. You have to define the delivery schedules. Click on save button. Now if you want to issue the printout, here only ME90 print or transmit. Okay, so double click on this. Execute here, select this output message and then display message. See here, delivery schedule. So you can see here 150 plus 150 plus 200. So like this we are going to schedule the delivery. Okay, now next one will be, we will go for the next concept, that is pricing procedure. So the next important concept will go to pricing procedure domestic. First we will move on to that. So what do you mean by pricing procedure here? Why we have to do pricing procedure? Pricing procedure So pricing procedure in MM module is a way to determine prices in purchasing documents. Okay, so the main concept of pricing procedure is combination of different type of charges different types of charges like freight, discount, and why we are going to use freight, discount to determine all these conditions into one procedure. Okay, so what is the purpose? Where we can get अथवा where we can find subtotal for net amount. So basically the concept of pricing procedure is to determine the pricing purchase documents. Okay na? Pricing, say for example I will just give here, say base value or purchase value agreed for rupees some 5 lakh. Okay, now the vendor will say, sir, you have to pay me freight charges also. You have to pay me freight. Okay, so freight you are going to add in the condition. So freight can be percentage, freight can be as per the quantity based or as per the value. Okay, so you are going to do addition. Say for example I will take some 5% here. So what is the 5%? 25,000. Again you are going to add the customs duty, so again it is around some 10%, so it will be 50,000. Again you are going to add insurance, around some again 10% you take per 50,000. Okay, so what is the total value? So this is the subtotal assume. Now in this the vendor will tell, sir, you have given me very good business, you take the discount. So discount I will minus. Again discount can be percentage, discount can be quantity or value. So I will take some fixed value. So I will give 25,000 discount. So minus here. So net PO value. What is the net PO value? 6 lakh. So this is, we call it as pricing procedure, because in the real time only normal PO will not be there. You will be having a different conditions that we are going to add. See here, that is the reason the concept of PP is combination of different types of charges like freight, discount, to determine all conditions in one procedure where we can find subtotal. Okay, that is the purpose. That should be your answer. The main concept of PP is combination of different types of charges, and we will determine all this condition into one procedure where we can find the subtotal of PO value. Okay, now here, okay, I told about different types of charges, right? Pricing procedure, but how you are going to map this? Because everything should come for end user in one table. So that mapping we call it as in SAP schema group. So we are going to map this pricing table into one procedure. We call it as schema group. schema group. Schema means it is mapping of pricing table. That is the meaning of schema. Now schema is a set of condition. Schema is a set of conditions that is used to arrive a final price in the PO. Correct? Yes. So schema is a set of condition that is used to arrive a final price in the PO. See, whatever the conditions we are going to define, I need to get the final price. So that is I am going to do through schema group. Okay. And here basically schema group we are going to assign in two levels. Schema group are assigned to purchase organization 1 and to vendors in vendor masters. So basically what will happen, how we are going to determine this schema through purchase organization, and I am going to assign this to vendors, because for vendors only we are creating the purchase order la. That is why we are going to define the schema group for purchase organization and vendors. Okay pa? So this is the concept of pricing procedure. When you define the configuration SAP, it should show here the entire deducting all the condition, addition and all. It should give me the final price of the PO. That is the. So they will ask how you are going to map this pricing procedure by defining the schema group. So the schema group is a set of condition which you are going to define the pricing procedure. So there are two methods here in pricing procedure. One is domestic pricing, another one is import pricing. Two things are there for domestic and import. Two things are there. Okay. So this is the concept of pricing procedure in SAP. So what are all the steps and configurations you have to follow? What all the steps are there pa? So that's very important here. First one, you have to maintain the condition table. So I will tell you what is that condition table and all. Then define access sequence. Number 3, define condition types. Fourth one, define calculation schema. That is, you have to maintain the pricing table here, formula. Then fifth one, define schema group. So schema group you have to define. Then number 6, define schema determination. Number 7, assign schema group to vendor and maintain condition record. And number 9, create PO with pricing. that you have to do. So basically this is the testing part. So whether it is capturing or not, we have to do testing. That is the create PO with testing. Okay, so these are the steps you have to maintain. So what and all steps you have to do, and basically here in the pricing process there are two things: domestic pricing procedure, import pricing procedure. Both we have to define. So how to define that procedure, what and the steps are there, so we will discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay na?
Yes.
For scheduling agreement, file with the series here.
Okay.
And yesterday we have done the contract. I think contract is 4/6.
Yes, sir.
It is contract. Idu PO WK 4/6. Like this.
Okay, sir.
We'll give the series.
Yeah. Okay.
That compulsory is there. The same in the podala. They will not give the same series.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so tomorrow.